being skinny sucks, or your clothes look baggy. This is a little PS, guys. Take advantage of the parts of your body that you really like, whether it's your hair, aspects of your face, your smile. I don't know, you might like your eyes, boobs, if you have an ass. Like, take a tiny waist, because you know that, and just focus on the parts that you really like, and it will help you through it, because you'll have something there that you feel confident about. And if you focus in on whatever that is, it will help, I promise you. Small steps, but it'll help, guys. It'll help. Hey guys, okay. Sorry, my voice is like, I don't even know, it's going crap, but I'm gonna do just a little chit chat thing about why I hate or hated being skinny. Like, I'm slim now. I'm able to be classed as slim now, but I absolutely hated being skinny. It was the worst thing in my life, like worst experience, I should say, because for me, I've always been slim, but never like skinny and underweight and sickly. But when I became ill about 3.5 years ago, I lost a ton of weight, and it made me feel so self-conscious and down, and I hated to look in the mirror. I was just physically disgusted. It made me feel, I felt sick at the sight of myself, because it was like I could see all the bones in my back and my ribs. My collarbone was so oh, it just stuck out awful, and my thigh gap was huge. I looked so ill. I was ill, and it got so bad that I ended up in the hospital and had to be force fed. And for me, it was really hard to come to terms with, because it wasn't something that was within my control. I couldn't help that I was ill. I couldn't do anything to really change my circumstances. I tried to gain weight, but when your illness affects your digestive system and stops you from being able to eat, or when you do eat, you end up throwing up, not because like I was ever anorexic or bulimic or anything like that, but just because I had inflammation in my bowel, and if certain foods went down and it would be too much, it would like clog up and I'd end up throwing it up. It's just very hard, and I think people don't really understand it. Like, if I had been ill and become overweight, I think people would be a lot more sympathetic to my situation. Like, I think sometimes even my mum should sort of make comments like, oh, you're wasting away, Shanae, and you need to put some meat on those bones, and you need to eat some dumpling and that sort of stuff. And like, it hurts. Like, sometimes it cut me deep, and I know she's not necessarily doing it to like hurt my feelings, but it would just feel, it just hurt. Like, it cut me deep. Me and losing weight and being skinny was always like a very touchy subject. I can sort of talk about it fine now because I'm not that skinny anymore. I still need to gain some weight, but I'm a reasonable weight. I'm not a weight that makes me feel overly self-conscious anymore. And even before, when I was still quite slim, it took a while for me to just come to terms with the fact that I could possibly be like this forever, sort of thing. And I think sometimes you do have to just come to terms and accept the situations you're in. Like, things can change, and things have changed for me for the better, and I'm so grateful and blessed for that. But obviously there's nothing wrong with being skinny if you're naturally skinny, and that skinny is your healthy weight, you know what I mean? But I was underweight and I was ill, and me being underweight was not helping me. I was tired all the time, I felt drained, I couldn't do much, I shut myself off from people, I was depressed. Obviously not just because I was skinny, but because I was ill, and at the time I was under the impression that I had I was told that I had an incurable disease, and it turned out to be something else in the end. And then I've had a surgery and come to terms with having a stomach bag, and I no longer have an appendix, so some of my bowel is gone. My bowel's currently hanging out the side of me. I'm not going to show you, don't worry. But it's just a lot to deal with, because usually I don't wear makeup and I look so young. Like, I'm 21 to think about that. I'm 21, guys, and I went to Argos, yeah. I happened to be with my mother, and I must have ordered some knives or whatever, and the woman tried to ID me in flipping Argos. And then she looked and she was like, oh, because your mum's here, it's alright. And I was like, I'm 21. And she was looking at me like I'm some crazy person. Like, no. Yeah. I'm flipping 21, babes. Or someone knocked at the door and I opened it and they were like, are your parents in? And this was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. And I was like, no. And like, okay, we'll come back when someone's in. I was like, okay, because I didn't want to sit and talk to them. But flipping 21, I'm almost a grown-ass woman, but I'm not a child, okay? And I literally be wearing makeup out here just to look like my age, or at least near to it. But being skinny is a struggle. It really is, and I hate it with a passion. Self-love is a big thing for me. It has become such a big thing because it was never really an issue for me, and I feel like I took things for granted because I never thought that I'd be in this sort of position where I'd look in the mirror and hate what I saw. Like, I was always quite satisfied with the way I looked about my body. Like, it was always quite nice. I had curves in the right places. It was nice. And then I lost all my curves. I just had bare back, no batty. I was just like so depressing, especially in my culture. It's like most people have some sort of curves, and if you don't, it's sort of like, oh, that's kind of sad. Obviously there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just a common feature that people associate with black women being curvy. There comes a time that they have issues with themselves, one of mine, have more than one, but one of mine is and still is my weight and my body image, and I do try and promote self-love a lot. I'll put link to my blog down below. I did a self-love series of blog posts on my blog, Jordan Azure jordanazure.blogspot.com. I'll put it here and I'll link it down below. I think it's important to love yourself no matter what and embrace your flaws for what they are. I hated being skinny and I don't much like being slim, but I've accepted it, and I did come sort of to terms with the fact that I was skinny, and I learned to love different parts. Like on my 20th birthday I got my nipples done. Like, not trying to go out and do nipples, but literally that boosted my confidence so much. Like, I know certain people, like, if they don't like the boobs, something, they might get implants or Botox or all this other stuff, but I sort of out there promoting natural beauty or whatever. But if that's what you think's good for you, that's fine. But for me, I like the natural sort of thing. But I think nipple piercings are beautiful, and it's the one part of my body while I was skinny that I'd look at, and every time I looked at it, it would make me smile and make me happy, because I think my nipple piercings are bloody awesome. They're so buff. I have the buffest nipples. Oh, they're really cute, guys. You'll never see them, but I'm telling you, they made me feel better within myself. And obviously you shouldn't have to change yourself to love yourself, but if something's getting you that down, then you need to do whatever you need to do to make yourself better. If you really don't dislike your weight, then work to get bigger, work to change whatever gets you down. And if it can't be changed, work to accept it. And it is difficult, especially all the different stuff in the media and what's portrayed as beautiful. It's all a bit of a mismatch and can be very confusing, but you just need to work on you. And like, I've struggled with so much stuff, as I said, like depression, social anxiety. You just need to do whatever is best for you. I do think that it's kind of sad that, I don't know, being skinny doesn't really get as much, people aren't as sympathetic to it as if I were fat and upset about it. Then people would be more like careful about touching on the subject. But if I'm skinny, it's not cool to shame skinny people, guys. It's not. Skinny people have feelings too, okay? We do. But yeah, going a bit off on a tangent. Yeah, I just hated being skinny. I remember one time someone was like, oh, but I think you look lovely because you look like a model, and I was really disgusted. Like, I had a real big issue, like bones. You could see all my bones and stuff, and my legs are just disgusting, and it really got me down, guys. But I've actively worked to try and gain weight, and I'm on my journey, and I'm making changes to make myself to become happy. and I'm the happiest I've been in quite a long time. And happiness is important, and it's important to love the skin you're in, because I don't know, you shouldn't need to change, like permanently change stuff. I think you should try and work with what you have before you try and do this permanent stuff. Not that there's anything wrong, because sometimes that's what's best for certain people, but I'm on a journey I'm still on a journey of self-love, and I want to share with others, because I know there has to be other people out there that are really not in love with their body at all. And do you know what? It's okay not to be okay. Everyone's on their own journeys, and it's just what you do to get yourself through that journey to the other end that matters. There's always a silver lining, a light at the end of the tunnel. There's hope, guys. Just don't get too down, because there's always someone out there that's worse off than you know what I mean? And throughout the past few years, I've had to sort of lean on that understanding that although whatever I may be going through may seem and be the most awful thing that I've personally experienced, there's people out there that are going through so much worse, and it's sort of like I have to sit back and be thankful that I'm only going through what I'm going through, because I look and hear and see other people and I'm thinking I could not handle, I don't know how you do it, but yeah. But I'm blessed to have the people that I've had surrounding me and encouraging me and just helping me through all the hard times in it. And I made this channel so that maybe I could help someone else. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna have more videos like this and on self-love, and if you have like topics, because I'm probably gonna touch on depression and stuff, but also I have done a couple on my blog, shamelessly self-promoting. But yeah, I'll leave links down below if you're still here watching. Check it out, comment and give me ideas of different topics, and give me your opinion on being skinny and skinny shaming, and is being skinny beautiful? Is it an issue? What are your thoughts on being skinny? Just leave it down below. Conversate in it, and if you want to see more, subscribe, share, tell your mom, tell your dad, to your sister, your brother, your cousins, uncle. Sharing it, and have a great day, great week. Till next time, guys. See you. Peace.